Hi everyone, we are very excited to be here for the British Championship qualifiers, and we are looking at the championship section, round one of the qualifiers, and we are running with a 1 minute stream delay. It's probably going to be a little bit over 1 minute, and anyone who's actually playing in the event, please don't be watching the stream while you're playing. I know that's obvious, but we've been told to remind you that. So just please do watch the stream after you've played and watch the recording, but while you're actually playing, then please can you turn the stream off. Okay, we are going to start with the game Yichin Han against Ethan Bingxuan.
Yeah, now I'm not quite sure. I don't think has anyone started yet. I'm not 100% sure.
Maybe they're still starting. Yes. Okay. Well, that's good. We're not late. Well, I was worried we were going to be late, but we're not late.
Maybe if you could just observe a few people, just to be certain.
I'm going to do that. Yes, I'm just going to check
that I'm not messing anything up. But I don't see anyone playing yet, so
no, that's fine. Let me also have a look. Okay.
Because then we can probably just go through the actual players, because that would be quite nice.
Yes. All right.
You're not getting anything back, are you, from the players at the moment? They're not. I'm trying quite a few things. Oh, Rock Troll is playing! Yay!
Oh, good. Okay, perfect.
Let's have a look. Let's see. But am I getting a game from him? No, I'm not getting any games yet from anyone.
Yeah.
So,
can we just show the?
We certainly can.
The list of players, because we've got quite a good lineup actually tonight.
We certainly do. Consent. So, championship qualifier. Wait a minute, how's that looking? That's a little bit it's a little bit on the one side, but hopefully that it hasn't really scaled well to a large screen, but hopefully you can see that a little bit. We've got Yichin Han against Bingxuan Li Ethan. Or is it Bingxuan Ethan Lee? I'm not 100% sure. But on board one, we've got Lawrence Spencer against Lawrence Webb. Harry Grieve, well known to us as an excellent blitz player, against Ice Oliver. Chris Duncan, familiar figure from the past.
He's not from the past. He's from the past and the present.
Indeed, but he's our generation. That's what I mean.
He is our generation. PD Master. He would be a senior also now. He would do. Probably just, or maybe last year. Anyway, he's very strong player, and FIDE Master Chris Duncan. Yeah.
Then we've got Tristan Cox, aka Rock Troll, playing against Emil Steiners. So Tristan also commentated with us. Great fun. Commentated with us a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Yes, and the last British Online Championship, he won the Brilliancy Prize.
Indeed. It was a very good game. Knight H8. So that Knight H8 will forever be associated with Rock Troll. And then Richard Chang against Peter Finn. Checkmate a lot. We've got Simon Wicks against Max Pert, Richard Pert's son. Very strong player. Sanjit Kumar against Paul Dargan. Paul Dargan, he's our generation as well, isn't Paul Dargan? I'm not.
Yes. Yeah. He. I remember playing in the Lloyds Bank Masters when he used to go through. Well, there was me and Julie. We used to play, and he used to go through our games afterwards and tell us wherever we got it wrong. And then he used to score. Which probably no one wants to know this, but he used to fire a water pistol at us if we got the moves wrong. And so it was this kind of aversion therapy. I think you'd never make any mistakes again because you knew you'd get sprayed by a water pistol if you ever did.
Well, I mean that is probably how Magnus Carlsen became great, I suppose.
I think it's probably Paul Dargan has a hand in that too.
Then we've got Aditya Verma against Dilip Rajaram. We've got Swati Singer against Alexandros Ephelontis. We've got Jonathan Payne, Malcolm Payne's son, against Alan Wellin. And it keeps on going down. Which other names to recognize? Julie O, Black against Simon Smith.
Robert Starley, we know, who is I'm going to just tell you their names on the other system. Ferrari fan.
Ah, okay, that's very good. Looking down a bit further, we can see juniors like
Arjun Kalani. We commentated on him yesterday in the Glorny Cup. Also Edison Zhu. We did.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Yesterday.
I can see. Yeah. Who else have we got? Oh, there's
we know Andrew McGettigan, who organises prison chess.
Oh, of course, indeed. We've got Dennis Dupuis as well, another junior.
Yes.
We've got loads of players, haven't we? Let's. I'm just going to take a quick look to see whether we have actually started, because that would be absolutely amazing. Whoa! We have started. Great. We're playing against Speed Elephant. There we are. Okay. Now I'm just going to let me just do a few more commands to have a few more games open. And then we can start getting around there. It's going to be just a little bit clunky just for the first day, I think. But then we'll get organised and used to it, and then you'll have the normal smooth experience that you expect from this commentary team.
Yes, indeed.
So we started with Rock Troll against Speed Elephant. Now, remember that Tristan Cox, Rock Troll, is in Vietnam. He teaches English in Vietnam. So it's about probably 1 o'clock in the morning for him at the moment.
Yeah, he did a commentary with us last week, and an evening commentary, just so that he could get his body clock set in preparation for this tournament.
So he's playing against Speed Elephant, and he's playing the Zukertort Colle system, which is I think the Colle is just when you go E3, and the Zukertort Colle is when you go B3 and Bishop B2 as well. So actually, Magnus Carlsen famously did this against Karyakin in the World Championship match. To me, it looks like quite a quiet opening, which doesn't go with Rock Troll's usual style. I hope he doesn't mind. He's a bit of a hacker. Well, it's this is quite surprising. I mean, pardon me, the normal thing that you do is you go A3 and then C4, Bishop D3, and then if you're lucky, you just manage to build up an attack. You know, I mean, your bishops are pointing towards the opponent's king. It can be quite annoying. D takes C5 is quite interesting. I mean, you're going to get some sort of Queen's Gambit accepted sort of thingy, but presumably with a couple of tempi up because you're white, you know, and not silly at all, actually, but quite restrained indeed for Rock Troll. But I'm guessing that Rock Troll is going to go C4 after bishop takes C5. He's going to go maybe A3, then C4, then Queen C2, and then castles queenside. That's my prediction for.
Is that what Magnus did?
No. Magnus played much more. Actually, that was the game that he lost in the World Championship.
Okay.
But it wasn't really due to the opening, has to be said. But I'm expecting Rock Troll to come in to play A3, C4, Queen C2, and then when he gets those moves in, there we are. Actually, I've got the analysis board, haven't I?
You have it all. You're in charge today.
That's me. Yeah, no, it's weird, isn't it? I haven't been that for ages. So I'm expecting something like Castle C4, and then I don't know what will Black do. Maybe Queen E7, and then we go Queen C2, and then we got all these ideas of Knight G5 and mates on H7, and we can go G4s and G5s. That's what I'm expecting from Rock Troll.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm not expecting this to stay quiet for very long, to be honest. So. All right, well, we're going to see A3, A5. So, okay, Bishop D3, possible. I was really expecting C4 from Rock Troll, but okay, no worries. Now, on top board, we've got Hitchin Yan against Ethan Lee. Is that right?
Yeah.
No. Oh yes, of course. That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
So what is it? It is a bishop e3. Well, it started as a can Sicilian. Let's have a look through the moves. Doc, 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 knight c6, d4, queen c7. Quite a subtle little move order. I think knight b5 is supposed to be the best line actually for white, but knight c3 is of course absolutely normal as well. e6, bishop e3. So against this this system, which has been very, very popular at the top level, white players have been playing this bishop e3 and queen f3 system.
Okay.
And I mean, there is an awful lot of theory. I think knight e5. Oh, good lord! Sorry, we better switch to the old analysis board there. I'm going to upgrade one day, I think. Knight e5, queen g3, h5 was, I think, what Geary was playing as black. Big expert in this line. Sort of supposed to be okay for black, I have to say. Black's played this much more quietly. Gone knight f6, castles, bishop e7, and now bishop e2, d6. That's a little bit normal. That is. I mean, normally, you know, the idea of having of playing the system is not to go d6 really, but to go, I don't know, b5, b4, or knight e5, and play on the queen side light squares there. But yeah, after d6, white's going g4, knight d7, queen g3, and already I have to say I like white's setup very much here. I think you know, this is just a very nice Sicilian setup, and yeah, black's going to be under a bit of pressure here. Let's have a look at Harry Grieve. Good lord, Harry Grieve. First move, 1a3.
Harry Grieve, what are you doing? That's surely not the best move.
And
I have played that myself in a world championship though. 1a3. I played it. I even remember I played it. It was against the Argentinian girl Sylvia something or other. So no, Sandra Villegas, and we got a draw. And it was to do. It was just because of what she particularly played, and it actually turned out to be a useful move.
Oh, okay. Well,
it was approved by my coach at the time of that championship, which was Dave Norwood. He said that was fine and it was okay to play that.
And you trust him? You trust his judgment?
Yeah, of course I trust Dave. Everybody trusts Dave.
But I could imagine Dave saying, "Oh, I do. Go ahead, you do it. All right, you do that." But it gets worse, Natasha. It gets worse because this after d5, Harry played a delayed birds. He played tf4.
Very good, Harry.
So, so he's actually playing a birds, but with a3. So
he's trying to get into a Dutch then, because the a3 is really to try and get a black opening, but with a sort of half useful tempo, right? So he is actually playing a Dutch defense with ace and a useful a6 in there.
Indeed, very, very, very useful move, this one.
Yeah.
So anyway, the game continues. G3, E6, Bishop G2, Knight BD7, castles, Bishop D6, D3, castles, Knight C3, C6. So this is all pretty normal Dutchy, and White's going to be aiming for Queen E1 and E4 basically. I mean, I'm not really 100% sure about black setup against this, because you know, putting the bishop on f5, knight on f6, it's really asking for e4, such as in actual fact it's asking for e4 now, which is unfortunately going to win a piece. So yeah, I mean, e4, there's d takes c4, d takes c4, and the bishop on d6 is hanging. So let me just show that on an analysis board. So e4, obviously if you move away, then I just got e5. And if you go d takes c4, then I got d takes c4. Knight takes c4, knight takes c4, and queen d6. So yeah, I think that actually Harry's on his way to a quick win there, because Harry played it almost instantly, in actual fact. So yeah, so that's just winning a piece there.
Yeah, so he wasn't just avoiding theory. He knows what he's doing in this stuff, I'm sure. He's got something worked out.
Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, sometimes these, moves like this, they lull the opponent into a full sense of security as well, and people think, oh, well, he's just messing around, really, and you don't, you forget about the traps that are, that are in the position. So yeah, I'm afraid this one's looks like it's going to be a quick win for Harry there.
Did you remember when Karpov faced Tony Miles as A6 and B5? He was really offended, wasn't he? It was like
he was indeed. He was indeed.
Insult to his chess playing. But then Tony Miles.
Indeed, it's to be honest, people are still insulted by it. If you do it, it's. I had that experience in 2010 that I started playing chess again, and I played in a rapid tournament in Holland, first time in 11 years, and people had completely forgotten who I was. So, they were just sort of questioning whether I even deserved the GM title. But I played a 2100 in the first round, and I started with 1 A6 and then 2 H6, and won a sparkling game in about 25 moves. And but afterwards, he was so upset, and he was telling me I understood nothing about chess, and that he was winning at all different stages and all this sort of thing. So it's and it was clearly the move itself that really offended people somehow. So it still has quite a powerful effect nowadays. It's
probably worth it sometimes just for the psychology.
Well, it's true, actually. Yeah. It's just obviously you do sacrifice your position by playing it, but yeah, it does have a certain effect on the opponent.
Okay, so Black's played D4.
Yeah, so we'll just go 92, I guess.
Yeah,
we'll go 92 and keep all the advantages of our position, I think. So, whoops, we'll go D4. We just go 92 here.
Yeah, it's just going to be a piece.
It's just going to be a piece, I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe it's going to be a piece for 2 pawns. That's possible, knight here. But still, that's a huge advantage already from the opening. So, yeah, looks like Harry's doing quite well there. Let's have I'm going to just grab some more players, and we can move a little bit down the boards. Let's have a look.
Do you need any? I've got.
No, it's okay. I'm sort of all right. So we are going to Chris Duncan, known as Drunken Knight.
Drunken Knight.
Oh, and we've got a dragon. That's always been Chris Duncan's favorite opening, the dragon. Castles. H4. You know why games with this variation always take a long time? Natasha?
No.
They always drag on.
Oh dear.
Classic. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it's not really the quite the main line. So bishop c4 is the Yugoslav attack, and then h4. White's not castling here, which I think is well known. Then Black's playing this move rook c8, knight e5, g4 and b5. I have no idea really whether this is the correct way to play for either side, I think. But I mean, one of the typical ideas, I don't know whether it's coming in here now, is that after h5 you can go b4. Oh, sorry, I should get a live analysis. After for example, h5. I mean, often Black plays h5, anyway, to stop this attack. But after h5, we go b4. Knight d5, and then we've got stuff like knight takes f3 sometimes. Knight takes and knight e4, just opening up some lines and causing some chaos. It's not so stupid sometimes, because all sorts of things are hanging. I don't know whether this is good. I mean, I get the feeling that queen h2 here would probably be quite dangerous. I think we've got ourselves organized quite soon. So I don't know what else black can do, or maybe is black threatening something like this? It's not impossible. Again, we've got ideas like I don't know, knight f3 and knight e4, and, stuff like that. But there's definitely there's definitely substantial theory on this, but quite how it works, I don't really know. Certainly from a white point of view, if you've gone h4, you might as well go h5 and then see what happens. But I imagine there are other moves like a3, for example, just to stop b4, or what else? Bishop h6 maybe. But yeah, I mean, there's always tricks. So and of course, white's a little bit awkward, white's got to watch out a little bit because he hasn't castled yet. So the tricks do abound with knight takes f3s at some stage. So that's quite an interesting one. We'll keep an eye out on Drunken Knight. Tristan Cox, of course, was one of the first people that we brought up. Now let's have a look at Checkmate a lot, who we saw a lot in the in last year's British Online Championship. Checkmate a lot, playing against.
Checkmate a lot is
all guns blazing.
Playing Richard Chang.
Playing against all guns blazing.
Okay.
So this is what was this opening actually? Oh yes, it was this.
Was this yeah, kind of quite solid opening, wasn't it? Ah.
Yeah, quite interesting.
We didn't see it.
Quite interesting. I mean, often the black plays queen b6 here. Let's bring up an analysis board. Here, queen b6, and after knight here, a5. This is quite a well-known variation. So d5. I mean, this is a c3 Sicilian, tempo down in actual fact. So you would have thought that wouldn't be too bad for white. So knight c6 takes castles, and here black tries to exploit the fact that white hasn't gone d3 yet by going bishop f5, and then after d3 e takes d3. White drew back with e takes d3.
This looks fine for black though, right?
Yeah, I was just wondering whether. Yeah, I mean, could I play queen a4 or something? I don't know, just to try and make a bit more of it. But probably e takes d3 is the best move. Bishop b7, rook e1, castles, queen a4, attacking the pawn on c6, queen c7, bishop f4, bishop d6. I mean, it's quite an even position, I guess. The only thing, black's got to watch out a little bit. The queen on c7 is a little bit awkward. I mean, what you could consider with white here is to go bishop g5, for example. And then, for example, if you go knight over to d7, then I'll go rook c1. And yeah, I mean, it's a tiny bit awkward for black, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's just microscopic. That is also a possibility. But there are, you sort of feel a tiny bit uneasy as black because there might be tactics with things hanging. That's the kind of the worry. But I don't think it's too bad. I think black should be able to deal with this one reasonably. So that's checkmate a lot.
Okay.
Let's have a look.
Next we have got Simon Wilkes against Max Pert.
Oh, that's Eden Hazard, isn't it? Da, da, da. Yeah. No guessing which football team he supports.
Eden Hazard 8. That's him. Chelsea.
And not anymore. I don't think, is it Chelsea?
Oh, is it?
I think he's playing for a different team now. We've got a Caracan. We've seen Max playing this before. Takes and knight f6. The Korchnoi David Howell system. So I've told this story already, so forgive me if you've heard it already, but this is David Howell's favorite system. He scored many fine wins with it. It's actually, the idea is that after knight takes f6, you take with the e-pawn. And this was a system that was first played by Korchnoi in the 1970s. He scored amazingly with it, and then seemed to give it up somehow. But he really played some impressive games. Ivan Sokolov, in one of his fantastic middle game books, wrote the whole section on this. But David Howell picked it up and apparently then taught it to Magnus.
Okay.
And Magnus played it, survived just by the skin of his teeth, and said he would never ever play it again.
Oh,
And
I
then-
know this, yes.
And then played it against Duda. I'm forgetting his first name.
Jan
but,
Christoph.
Jan Christoph Duda, and unfortunately lost, which actually broke Magnus's winning non-losing streak of 125 games, I think. So
Yeah, you should have trusted
but,
his judgment there.
he should have trusted his judgment, really. But it is actually a very difficult opening for White to handle if he's not prepared. You know, you really get kingside attacks very quickly somehow with Black. So I mean, in principle, you know, it shouldn't be. You know, the pawn structure should mean that if you exchange off all the pieces, then the pawn ending is winning for White. But somehow you never ever really get there. So you know, Black's activity is pretty good, and the Engines are pretty, you know, pretty happy with playing the Black side. They don't really see any real big advantage for White. You know, so yeah, it's quite interesting there. So Eden Hazard, yeah, and they've got it. So we are going to see. So I suppose the most annoying line, you know, from a Black point of view, is if White goes bishop c4, bishop d6, and then queen e2 check just to exchange off queens. That's a little bit less exciting for Black. But if you're well prepared, in principle, it's all fine. So okay, that's pretty cool. That's going to be an interesting game to keep a track of. We'll move on to the next board, which is.
There's a question in the chat, Matthew, about how how White should have handled the d3 isolated pawn. I guess that would have been 2 games ago.
Wait a minute. Against checkmate lot there.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that one there. Is there anything particular about this isolated pawn we need to?
Well, I think we'll probably move it on to d4 probably eventually, and just tie down the pawn on c6. I think that'll probably happen. Well, it's not going to happen in this specific game, but that is the sort of thing that I would you know, look at normally. And then you're just going to try and claim that these are weaknesses, and you know, play the pawn to d4, put a knight on c5, and just claim, you know, that you're structurally better. You know, I think that's a normal thing. But White actually, it's a good moment. White's played something quite surprising.
Oh,
Knight e4.
Knight e4. Can't you take that?
Well, yeah, I'm afraid it's going to end up probably being a little exchangey, I'm afraid, because yeah, knight e4. The idea is that d takes c4. I go. Oh, sorry, I need an analysis board. D takes c4. I go d takes c4, and if the bishop moves, I go e5. Winning the piece back, basically.
Oh, yes, nice.
So, I mean, I can take here, and then, you know, White's just slightly better with a because of a weak pawn. Now, the key question is whether there's a clever way for Black to avoid this, because in terms of winning chances, we're talking absolute zero, really. But I don't really see a way of avoiding this particularly.
In rating points of view, I guess White would be happy enough with a draw, given Black's 300 points higher rated.
Well, exactly, that's the thing, and this is actually a very nice way of playing, actually, from that point of view, because you know, you've got 0 chances of losing this, basically.
Yeah.
And only White's got any chances of you know.
Oh, yeah, because White's got a slightly better pawn structure.
Yeah, no, that's right. So this is a very clever idea from All Guns Blazing. I'm not sure that you could say that he's really living up to his name with with this sort of play, but I think it's a very clever, practical decision. So yeah, so obviously, you know, a very sensible way to play there.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we see the water pistol squirter.
Oh, Paul Dargan.
Paul Dargan, who would, I think his opponent would already be wet at this stage normally, because Paul Dargan seems to be a piece up already.
Oh gosh.
So how did this go? Could it be that he distracted his opponent?
Yes.
So queens came off. Oh, good lord, I can see what's going to happen. C3, knight d5, and white was, oh, f5. Well, knight c5 was kind of...
You wouldn't want to go knight g3 here.
No. Well, yeah, knight dd2 was also not very good because f4 happened. I mean, yeah, f4 happened, and yeah, I'm afraid that's a piece already. So it looks like nut flush is...
It would actually be the sort of thing the water pistol would come out for you.
I fear so. I fear so. So I don't know what you can do, what the online equivalent to that would be, but it's yeah, that's a little bit irritating there for white. So yeah, I think black well on his way there to a win.
Okay.
All right, then we've got Aditya Verma against Dilip Rajaram. Let's have a look. Gold feet. What a great handle.
Good grief. Dilip Rajaram, year of birth 2012.
Oh, good lord. Now, wait a minute. I'm doing observe gold feet, and I'm not getting a game, I don't think. So I don't know whether there's a problem there or whether... okay, let's... we're going to move on to Swati Singer against Alexandros Ethelontis.
Yeah. So Alex Ethelontis is our generation, and has been a regular of Barnet Chess Club, or at least I used to play alongside him.
Is he from Cyprus?
I think is he from Cyprus? I think so.
Because it's just that his handle is the Cypriot. So.
Oh, very good. Yes. Well, in that case, yes.
That was the only reason for me asking. I'm not getting any games there.
Okay, let me just... I'm going to try some as well.
Can you try a few of those? Just
try gold feet.
Yeah, just to see whether... I'll move on otherwise to Jonathan Payne, Malcolm Payne's son, who is McCarthy Stone. I wonder what that... what the reason was for that. I think I'm not getting any of these games afterwards, actually, so... I'm not 100% sure what's happening there. So if you could just try a few of those,
I am.
Then that would be that would be.
I am getting Ferrari fan 27, which
okay.
Board, I am getting board 12. Jan Murawski against Ferrari fan 27.
Let's have a look at that. Oh, Jan Moore. We
Jan Moore.
You know Jan Moore as well.
You do, junior player, right?
Yeah, a strong one as well. So, actually, this is a matchup of the junior players, isn't it? Then.
No, Robert Starley's not.
Oh,
Jan
sorry.
Moore, born 2011, so he's really young, like 10.
Fantastic. So, well, we've had a. Let's go through the opening. A Nimzo Indian, well, actually a Queen's Indian. Well, a Nimzo, it's sort of a bit of both. Bishop d3. Yeah, this is quite a... I played this as white, to be honest. I never got anywhere at all. This is quite nice from black, playing e5, e4, rook e8, knight d2. This is good play from white. Just making sure that you don't go d5 too early. Only when black goes c5 are you allowed to go d5. That's basically the general rule. If you go d5 earlier, then black gets knight c5, which might be annoying. So you normally wait till c5 has been played and then you can go d5. But I mean, black is fine here. H3, knight g6, rook e1. I mean, this bishop doesn't have much of a life, really. But normally what white will do is to, I think actually that black is going to, that white's looking at this is to go knight f1 to e3 to f5. That's quite a common thing. Another common idea will be to go a4. Maybe black will go a5, and then you can get a bit of pressure with rook b1 as well. You know, and but in principle this is pretty even. You know, and you'd expect a long maneuvering game, but yeah, you know, it's going to work out fine for black. Natasha, do you have any games any boards you particularly want to see?
Let me have a look. If we go for the next one, and then I will also look in the background. So the next one.
Oh yeah, poisonous mushroom.
Poisonous mushroom. We all know.
I knew she had a lovely. She had a lovely handle. Observe poisonous mushroom. Do not eat. Whack. Poisonous mushroom playing against Woldsman. Oh, Woldsman we've come across before, haven't we?
Woldsman. Yeah, Woldsman was chatting in the stream yesterday when we were doing the Glawny Cup.
Oh, lovely. So knight takes the. Oh, this is quite a sharp one actually. So black's taken on c3. Now, okay, I suppose we could probably have a quick look at the opening there. I'm really going to upgrade someday. d4, knight f6, knight f3, b6, a3, b7, next c3, d5. So, oh, d6. Ooh, good old d6. So this is a normal a3 Queen's Indian. Named after Petrojan, but you only played it once, so it's a little bit weird. But d5 is normal here, with quite interesting positions, actually. I mean, d5 takes, and normally queen c2 is normal, knight d7, e4, takes. We get these sort of positions with, you know, a pawn center, and black plays c5. Very interesting, worth playing in actual fact. But black here played the somewhat passive d6. Now, it's a bit strange that white played g3, really, because I think queen c2 normally would be the normal move, just to play e4.
You're going to get e4 in, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. But white played g3, and black played knight e4, which is, yeah, a common Queen's Indian move. Queen c2 now, and here black played the rather risky f5. White played the sharp d5, hitting at these pawns, and now black played knight takes c3. So I think black's idea is to meet queen c3 probably with e5. I think that's probably the one.
Yeah, not try and take a pawn.
I don't think so, but to try and block it out. I mean, it's a bit, yeah, I mean, knight g5 is possible here. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward, but I'm actually thinking that maybe white takes with a pawn on c3. And then keeps, you know, aiming at the f5 square here, and that might be a little bit awkward for black, I think.
So what if black does try and take on d5 here?
Yeah, that's the best move. That's the best move here. And now we need to find something clever. Over to you, Natasha.
All right, knight d4.
Yeah,
no, because you open up the diagonal and it hits the rook on h1.
Yeah, I mean, I could try something like this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know. I'm a bit nervous as black here because I've got, you know, I've got bishop g2s, I've got knight g5s coming in. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. I mean, maybe it's possible to play this way, but you know, I'm just a little bit nervous there. I think, you know, that's the general thing. Yeah. Yeah,
I'd like this for white, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather be white in this sort of position. I do think white's got the advantage there. I think black's mishandled the opening a little bit, and white's played b takes c3 there, which is fair enough. Thing is, if black doesn't take on d5, I think black has to, because otherwise white's going to go knight d4, bishop g2. It's going to get, you know, even stronger, I think. So I think you just got to bite the bullet with ed, and then just try and, you know, let white work out how to get an advantage if it's there at all.
Yeah.
So okay, that's not bad. Next board, Natasha.
Next game is Tactic Monster 12, who is Arjun Kalani, who we saw playing the Glawny Cup yesterday. England England won the Glawny Cup, the final round we commentated on.
The Tactic Monster 12. Ah,
Yes.
yeah. There we are. So he's black against YW37. Yeah, and black is actually just a pawn up here. Yeah, I mean, you always got to be careful with these G3 systems that you don't allow black to take on C4 and hold the pawn. And yeah, I think in this case this has really happened, and yeah, it's a little bit tricky. I'm going to change seat if you don't mind. I'm just going to. I've got a special streaming sitting seat, so
Okay.
we're going to test it out. Ooh, wait a minute. Going to see how that works. I apologize. I've been kneeling an awful lot of the time because I have real problems with my back. So I've just been kneeling a lot, and now I'm going to try and sit on my special chair that I assembled myself yesterday. So,
Oh, great. Well done.
Well, the thing is, I was thinking it was quite ironic, really, because I was lying on the floor, contorting myself to you know, put this chair together, and I thought I'm going to kill my back putting together an orthopedic chair, but it didn't happen in the end. I was fine, and right. Well, we're going to see how that sits. It does feel quite nice, I have to say. So okay, yeah, now that's going to be good for black. This one, I think. This is going to be a very nice position for black. White's never going to get the pawn back, and yeah, I mean, actually, White's gone bishop d2 here, but we've just got bishop takes d4 here as well, haven't we?
Yes. That. So then you would go what? Bishop h6, but then black just drops the bishop.
Yeah, I mean, if bishop h6, we could even go knight c3 and then bishop g7. And we're just 2 pawns up there. So, yeah, yes. I mean, I think this is just, yeah, this is very, very good for black. Basically, the opening has gone a little bit wrong for white. But a good thing to learn, actually, this is quite a well-known mistake. So you go knight c3, d takes c4, and knight e5, and you know that looks very natural. It's what you normally do in these systems. But there's this very annoying move, knight g4, and this is quite well known. But and the idea is that you attack the knight. If knight c4, then the d4 pawn hangs. And after knight g4, bishop g4, well, it becomes very hard to.
So you can't defend it.
Yeah, exactly. So bishop takes d4 has been played, and yeah, I think black here well on the way to victory.
All right, the next one is Dingbat 27.
Are these serious, or are you just?
No, this is true. Me? This is all true. That's Steve Key.
Dingbat 27. Thank goodness these aren't case sensitive. Otherwise, that would be really even worse. Dingbat 27 against Nicky Mullins. Let's have a look at the opening. Oh, this is an Iron English, I think. Well, it's a Dutch in actual fact, but playing the Simon Williams Richard Palliser system. A while back, I kept on mentioning that I'd read a book by them on the Iron English. Very good book. Simon Williams was played this Botvinnik system English, which is basically this setup, and then the knight goes to e2. An awful lot during his youth, won a lot of games with it before moving on to d4 mainline theory, and yeah, he wrote a book with it together with Richard Palliser, which was very interesting. So knight bd7, h3. Knight c5, bishop e3. You know, basically, if black doesn't really get hold of this system, then white's just so solid. You know, just and you can see here, you know, white's just could have played these moves in a couple of seconds, really, and just be excellent. And look at this, rook d1. Now d6 is weak. Now this is actually, I think, a good plan. It's quite aggressive, but all the time that black's wasted, you know, with knight d7 to c5 to a6. White is just going to exploit here. And this is a very nice move, you know, exchanging off black's active pieces to leave him with passive ones. And white's basically got a nice advantage here. So nice play from 1752. No, from Dingbat 27. But still plenty to play for.
Okay, the next one is Rani Jula, which is Ranynyjula.
Submit. Say that again.
Rani Jula. But this game is I think, nearly over.
Oh, go for it again, Rani.
Rani Jula. So Ranynyjula.
I'm not getting it. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I think it's slash observed, isn't it? Sorry, I'm being a bit bananas there. Okay. Oh, good Lord. Yeah, I'm afraid this one's
nearly done, I think.
Indeed, that's a lot of major pieces for white. So yeah, this one is going to be nearly finished, I think. Should we have a quick look again at the top boards and see what's going on? So Rock Troll. Oh, Rock Troll had played quite positionally, but now he's breaking aggressively as we love and know him. So
we thought he would. Yes.
Yeah, this is very strong for white. This is a very good position for white. This Black's in big trouble now. E4 to E5 is coming in. And if you go D takes E4, then everything's attacking really. So yeah, this is big for white. I think Rock Troll's got a big advantage here. Hitchin-Yan. Peshka the Great.
You were predicting a queenside castles, which has happened.
Yeah, so knight C5 was played, F4, knight C4. Yeah, this wastes a lot of time, this sort of maneuver. It's not really contributing that much to Black's attack. So this is quite dangerous. Bishop F4 already. Knight F3, very good move, removing Black's most active piece, the knight on E5. Pawn on D6.
Alpha zero technique.
Indeed. Pawn on D6 is very weak, so Queen G3 is targeting it. I can't draw arrows, can I? I'm not sure.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. Knight D5, Queen D8, and then Bishop E3. Looking for Bishop B6. Black tried to exchange off the dark square bishops, and then white got a bit tactical here. F6. Obviously, if Bishop F6, I go Bishop B6, followed by Knight C7. Black took on E3, Queen E3, G6. And now it's, oh yeah, okay, Knight B6 happened.
It's just
so
right click and drag to draw the arrow.
Oh, okay, we'll try that. Bishop G4, and then Knight takes A8. And the basic idea is that if, there we are, if Bishop takes D1, I think we're probably just going to go Rook takes D1. And after Queen takes A8, we go Rook takes D6. And this is just incredibly strong for white, because if you castle, then I go Queen H6 and mate you on G7. So yeah, this is just basically winning for.
It's all happening. Yeah.
So and you can't stop this knight from getting out. So you've got to take it, but then I take here, and it should basically be winning this.
So white is the higher rated here. So
indeed, yes,
look like it's going to go with seeding that top board there.
Oh, good Lord. So Tactic Monster has won. His opponent resigned here. So
Tactic Monster is that Arjun Kulani?
That's Arjun Kulani, yes. Yeah. So it's,
well done.
Just had a bad day at the office, I think, losing 2 pawns quite early. So decided to give it up there. Because, yeah, I mean, after Knight B4, Queen D1, Knight D3, I mean, Black's in total control. So well played, Aryan. Hard luck to the white player. Chris Duncan, how is he getting on? Well, Chris has indeed started sacking things. We suggested H5 and that there might be some sacks, and he has indeed sacked. So he's actually sacked the a knight for 3 pawns.
Okay. So that's a reasonably fair.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could have thought maybe about taking on g6 and f7. That wouldn't be, but maybe that's a little bit too crazy. So white played knight g5.
Okay, so that is threatening to take on f7, I suppose.
Yeah, bishop takes h5, and now white's played knight e2 and coming round to looking to come round to f4. I'm not sure about this particular version of the sacrifice, to be honest. It's looking a little bit ropey for black. You know, there's a lot of pieces sort of
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, right click. Was it right click? Oh,
right click. Keep your mouse held down.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, yeah. So you got, you know, all these things coming in. Oops, you know, it's just yeah.
Maybe black just cut their losses and take the knight on e2.
I'm not sure. Well, I don't know. Is that cutting your losses? You still got lots of pressure against the king, really. So I'm quite worried about it. Put it that way, you know. But,
yeah.
But we'll see how Chris gets out of that. Checkmate a lot. Has emerged a pawn down. How is that possible? So because so we saw this nice move from All Guns Blazing, and
yes.
which was
we thought it was going to be a draw.
Yeah. So black tried to well, actually that turned out fairly successfully. Black didn't take on e4. Black played queen e7, and knight f6. Rook to d1 was played. Oh, good lord! But here black blundered, in actual fact. So played rook e8 and allowed takes, and bishop takes d5.
Oh, utilizing that pin. If the pawn takes back, then the queen takes the rook.
Indeed. Kate was played bishop e4. Takes g6. Yeah, black's just a pawn down here, really. So yeah.
Could be an upset then.
Could be an upset. It's going to need some good defense.
He's the sixth seed in the tournament.
Yeah, going to need some good defense from black here to hold the draw.
Hi, Decoder.
Actually, Decoder.
I just going to write it in the chat because they won't hear it for a minute.
So c3, bishop d6. Bishop d3, castles, queen c2, h5. This is the move that's revolutionized this variation. You're just going to shove that h pawn all the way through and cause some problems for black. Oh, but actually, wait a minute. This is an inaccuracy now from black. You should play h4 now. This is very important to stop the knight coming to g3. Black played knight d7.
Okay.
And then knight g3 happened. And then after h4, knight f5, and we've got this fork of the bishop and the pawn. I think this is a well-known trick, actually. So yeah. Black played knight f8, and white's picked up a pawn. So yeah, this is looking quite nice for white at the moment. So black developed. Rook d8. Now white's got white's a pawn up and has got the two bishops here. So ooh, d5. Oh, is that winning a piece actually? That's a sharp move. That's winning a piece. So
takes. Oh yeah, takes.
So takes queen. Oops, good lord. So d5 takes bishop c2 and
no squares.
Yeah, this guy's got nowhere to go. So hard luck, Max. Bad start, but well, was it 5 more rounds to play great chess? So you know that, and also probably yeah, just good to learn that subtlety there, to go h4 before not allow this knight g3 idea. Okay, then who have we got next? We've got Nut flush.
Okay, that's pulled out, right?
Indeed. Who was a piece up? Let's have a look what the current standing is. He's still a piece up, so for a pawn. So that's looking pretty good, really, I think. That's, yeah, black's doing all the right things very sensibly. Probably knight f4 is going to be the move. Oh, I can't play it. Knight f4 is going to be the move, just threatening knight e2, come in with rook e2. So, yeah, should be very clear, this one. Jan Moore against a Ferrari fan. We left it at this space. So we've got some manoeuvring, good maneuver with the knight there. Knight f5, f3, h7, h4. Yeah, White's doing a decent job here. Bishop e2. Oh, that was a bit of a daring raid with the queen. But Jan Moore keeps his head and keeps it together. Black should probably be a little bit careful here because a4 is being threatened. Is probably going to be threatened when. Oh, okay. This is a tiny bit risky what Black's doing. Actually, why are you going bishop h5? Actually, I don't like bishop h5 here because I mean, just apart from anything else, we can just go f3. And this bishop is really badly blocked out on here. You know, we can follow up with bishop f2 and g4 and it's from this.
Yeah.
But I mean, what you could also do here is to play a4. I think. And also
going with a5.
Well, no, it's just the black queen is not getting out. So, I mean, if you go knight g4, this is I suppose the key point. But I can just go queen f3 here. Maybe you could go knight f6 and force the draw by repetition. But it's not, you know, it doesn't feel great really. And I think really that White should just play f3 here, you know, and then if you go queen a4, which you maybe need to, I just go bishop f2, and after bishop g6, I'll go g4, and yeah, White's really just you know, getting a lot of good space here. So yeah, I think Black's just losing the thread a little bit here. So that's an interesting game, good tough fight. Oh, a Waldsman against Poisonous Mushrooms. Big fight here. All about the e6 and d5 squares here, e4, and then g6. So I sort of reckon that that White should probably go knight d4 here, I guess. And well, knight d4, or maybe you could even go. I mean, also e takes f5 could also be possible. And then depending what you do, you know, maybe then I can go knight d4 after. This is looking quite difficult for Black. You know, these weaknesses are really big around here. You know, so I think you know, Black's going to have some difficulties in the coming moves.
Yeah.
Dingbat 27. So Black avoided the exchange of bishops and played this move c5, chasing away the white knight. But yeah, this pawn now is really weak, and actually, you know, kind of the a7 pawn is also very sensitive as well. So yeah, I mean, in principle, you know, yeah, White's got a very nice position here. So yeah, I mean, typical ideas: knight c3 into d5. Yeah, you know, this should be very pleasant for White, I think. Not you know, not hopeless or anything, but just much more difficult for Black to develop his pieces than for White.
I'm just trying to. By the way, I've gone quiet because I'm just trying to get Decoder a link to if he wants to join any of these tournaments in the online British.
Oh, very good. Very good.
I'm just dealing with
this. It does indeed look like Peshka the Great has won. Black resigned after rook e8 because king h7, we go rook h8, king h8, and queen f8, and queen g7. 8. So That was a very smooth performance from Peshka the Great. So Yishin Han, so well played. How is Rock Troll doing? Oh, Rock Troll. Rock Troll sacrificed something, actually.
Now, the last time we saw him, he was blasting open the center.
Indeed, and he has not only blasted the center, he has sacrificed the exchange, which looks very strong in actual fact. We'll give that to him. So yeah, I mean, I guess what he's going to do is to go Queen H6 check, King G8. Oh, I guess this. Queen H6 check, King G8, Queen G6, FE, Knight G5. I'm guessing, just with the threat of Queen H7 check to H8, which is completely unstoppable.
Gosh.
So a short, sharp miniature from Rockroll, looks like. So he'll probably be grateful considering how late it is at.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got 5 days to. I think it's 5. Is it 5 rounds qualifying?
Yeah, I think it's 5 rounds. I think it's 5 rounds.
5 rounds, yeah.
How many players qualify, Natasha?
That's putting me on the spot.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Yes, I was about to.
I'm not sure whether it's in the rules here.
It will be. It will be. Yeah.
Where's my mouse? Championship qualifier. They don't actually say here what. Well, I mean, it was about 10 last time, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
That qualified, so it'll be presumably something similar this time.
That.
So, all righty. Let's have a look. Maybe we should cast our net wider. Should we have a look to see Dennis Dupuis, whether he's?
Yes, let's see here. God has just said hi in the chat.
God has said hi in the chat.
Yes.
My goodness.
Yeah, the other there's some other ones as well. I'm just going to check they're still playing.
So Dennis Dupuis black against Patel Hardikumar. And black is a little worse here, I suppose. Weak pawns really. E5, H6. White's knight well placed. Rook blockading. It's not terrible, but it's just a slight edge for white. I mean, I guess black will play C4. Black's got the D file, so you shouldn't be trying to swap off rooks. You should just keep control of the D file. Probably play C4, A6, and then just wait a little bit. But it's a sort of position that, yeah, if white sort of decides to do nothing, then black's going to find it hard to move. I mean, one idea for white could be to play the knight E3 into F5. Consolidated with G4, that's possible. F4 is another idea, a little bit looser and riskier, but playing against, trying to get this bishop active and playing against these pawns. So, yeah, yeah, better position for white, I think, this one. Boom, boom, boom. Let's have a look. Where Jude Shearsby, we said. He's queens and pawns, isn't he?
Queens and pawns is Jude Shearsby.
Just learning all the tricks from last year.
Very pleased to see again so many juniors in the looking to go for the main championships.
Indeed. Yeah, this one I'm afraid looks like the opponent hasn't turned up, so it's going to be. It's got 1 minute 21 left, and 1e4 has been shown to be a very strong move.
I was trying to look for Lego Children, but I can't see the game as well. So that's maybe finished. That's Hurry Zheng. Okay, let's have a look at.
Oh, Toshika Aurora. How about?
Yes. What's that? Queen 960.
Chess Queen 960. We've seen her playing an awful lot. Chess Queen 960. Do we have a Chess Queen 960 in the house? No, I don't think so. No, nobody came up there. So maybe the game is finished there. All right, let's go back to Rock Troll. I've guessed Queen H6, but Rock Troll is still thinking here. I'm pretty sure he'll do that because it's not so. Just quite an obvious continuation of what he started. This is Moonmaker, Drunken Knight, Chris Duncan. How is this happening? Well, Black's Bishop A2, Rook C7. So Chris is lining up, going to try and line up the rooks on the C file. Could get quite sharp, this one. Well, it is quite sharp already, of course, but yeah, I mean, King B1 is White's playing it safe there, which is probably not a bad idea there. I mean, I suppose at some stage Black might just go H6 and then just move this knight away from there. Now, I imagine White's idea is to play C3 here. After C3, maybe H6, and I'll just show that on a proper board. C3, then you might go H6. With the idea that if the knight moves back, then you're going knight E4 and, well...
Ooh, hitting the queen.
So, I mean, you really do need... basically, you need to go for it now after H6. And that's a bit of a question, how you're going to do that. We could... watch out for knight E4. I mean, knight F7? Maybe... It's not completely clear, really. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what White could do here. I mean, you could go move like knight G3 and then go here and just claim that you've got this eternal pin on this knight and that you're threatening knight H5, opening up the king. That could be quite a big claim, actually. That could be quite dangerous, but it's not clear. Not clear. I mean, I think as Black, you might just go H6 and then just go for it, really. All guns blazing against checkmate a lot. Dear me, this is still looking quite difficult. I mean, I think all guns blazing really should just take off those queens, and well, Rook A5 is going to happen. You could just go play a move like well, King F2 is very sensible, to be honest, followed by King E3, and just get
it's good winning chances, isn't it? Here,
it should be just technically winning for White. This, yeah. It's very strong. You could also just go Rook C1, Rook A5, and then A4, and it's very awkward to defend this pawn and then bring your king into the center of the board. That's probably the best, Rook C1 in this position, and yeah, you're looking very good there.
The youngest one I saw so far, Amy Barr, who was born 2014, but I can't find the game. There's quite a few games I'm not finding.
Yeah, strange, isn't it? I don't know whether some people haven't.
I think some people haven't shown because there's some that are showing as default.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But then some of the others are maybe they're just finished quickly. It's possible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's possible.
Well, actually, it's been going an hour and a quarter, so you would expect some to be finished.
That is true. That is true. Oh, look at Rock Troll. He's played our line. So F takes C4, Knight G5 is going to be over and out. A very nice game from Rock Troll there. Quite a smooth and thematic demonstration of the power of this opening. Because Zukertort was very, very fond of his Bishop D2. I think it was Zukertort. It was Zukertort Blackburn, wasn't it? The famous Queen B4 line. I'm sure exploiting the power of a bishop on B2. I'm sure Zukertort was white, and that Blackburn was black. Famous game if you ever want to look it up. A very famous combination, and I once played through it. So a very long time ago, because a crystal company. Now, who was it? It wasn't Pilkington Glass. It was I can't remember, but they made a beautiful crystal chessboard.
Oh, lovely.
And we were I think we were at the location where that game was played, Zukertort Blackburn, back in 1880. And I was analysing it with John Spielman. And John, slightly not always the most motorically gifted person, and gets quite, sometimes quite involved in the game. He took this crystal piece, which was probably worth a couple of £1,000, and whacked it on the board, and the head fell off. So I'll always remember that. But it was also a great game as well. It was very nice.
God is asking if we can maximize the board.
Maximize the board.
Yeah. And if God asks you.
Indeed. Now this is. I
don't know. I don't know if it's possible anymore.
I don't know that I can get it much bigger, to be honest. Because it doesn't. I can't. There's nothing to resize or rescale. And if I can do.
That's better, I think.
Is that better? Do you think? The board's getting smaller, I think.
Oh.
But...
Okay, that's back a bit. Yeah.
The text is bigger, but the board is slightly smaller.
Okay.
Well, we can see whether God likes that, but what can I say? I mean, it's slightly better, I think, because you can read the names of the people now.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So we can go for that, right? But
let's do it.
If it's not, then we'll do it back. And we've tried. I've tried all different settings, but I haven't been able to get it any better than this. I'm afraid. So I'm terribly sorry, God, but that's how it is.
Cute puppy 09.
Oh,
and that's somebody. Surname Aurora. So I reckon.
Cute puppy 09 playing the slippery penguin. I saw a fantastic T-shirt. I'm going to get it for my mum. It's a T-shirt, and it's got a really cute looking seal puppy, and the letters on the T-shirt are the seal of approval, and the little puppy is saying, "You're all right." So it was beautifully sweet. The slippery penguin has unfortunately beaten.
It's checkmated a cute puppy.
Checkmated a cute puppy. Have you seen that picture of the puppy? It's really
I just saw the picture of the puppy. It is very cute.
Indeed. But well played, slippery penguin. Well played. Hard luck, cute puppy. Sure, you'll have other good games in the future as well. Oh, wait a minute. This is Jan Moore against Jan Moravsky against Robert Starley. Did I not say that the Queen might get trapped?
You did. It's gone.
It's gone. And what happened? A4 happened. And the daring Queen, unfortunately, ended up getting trapped with Bishop D1. I actually suspect that we could have gone Bishop H2 here. Maybe we could have done. No, not sure. Bishop D1 is simple. So that was...
I'm a bit worried about this because Robert Starley won a copy of Game Changer at Checkmate COVID. So maybe it's just he hasn't managed to get around to reading it yet. I think that'll be...
Indeed. That's let's say that's got to be our tip for the game, really. But it's that was a bit unfortunate what happened, because obviously Black was trying to make something happen, and but just this move A4 was very, very dangerous, and so now White is a queen for a rook up, basically. I mean, I think should just be quite easily winning. I think we can start off with A5, just to get started getting the pieces involved in the game, and it's going to be difficult for Black to hold this, of course.
Excellent! Lots of results have appeared on the
website.
Fantastic! We can target our efforts to the games that are still going. So Yijin Han 1 on board 1. I think we saw that. Lawrence Spencer got a default. Harry Grieve 1 we saw. Paul Doggins 1. Aditya Verma's 1. Jonathan Payne's 1. These are all going with seeding so far. Arjun Kalani also 1. And Indy Southcott Moyers 1. Hugo Fowler. These are all with seedings. George Gazzi's, Theo Cowrie 1. Tishika Aurora. Jude Shearsby. Yeah, I think every single one's got seeding so far.
Fantastic. Here we see Rock Troll, who's about to finish it off. Knight H7 checkmate is coming in. So, and there's not much that Black can do about this, really. So, looking like a good game there. Moonmaker, Dennis Dupuis. Ooh, quite a tough end game there. I think, yeah, in principle, White's just winning this. I think Bishop goes to G7 and then the H pawn runs. So, yeah, that's looking a bit difficult for Dennis there. It was always going to be a tricky ending, I think, that one. Drunken Knight. So, Chris not playing H6 yet. I do wonder. I think that was really quite useful. But you need to take some action now because, you know, White's starting to get a bit... you know, if White starts playing moves like Queen G2 and all that, then, you know, White's just in control, really. So, Rook C5. Yeah, I mean, it's looking for Rook G5, Knight E4, maybe, something like that. But I think, yeah, maybe just a move like Queen G2, protecting the pawn on E4 is going to be quite nice. Also targeting this bishop on G4. I think Black's still got a few problems, but plenty of tactical chances. Time will get short, so who knows?
Here's another game I think we haven't looked at yet. Amir Abbas 2020.
Good. There we are. Observe.
New White baseball.
Okay. Which
sorry, board? Board 17.
Against New White baseball.
Yes.
Whack. New White baseball. Whoop. There. I haven't put my screen very well. I'm having to peer over one computer to look at the other. Oh, good Lord. What is this? Let's have a look. We can just go quick. C3 Sicilian. Oh, no. An attempted Mora.
Oh, I like the Mora.
Straight away you warm to the white player. So declined with Knight F6. Oh, and then Queen takes D4. I suggested this system to you once, Natasha.
Oh, which one? Sorry.
Taking with the Queen on D4.
Oh, yeah. No, I did try it. But I even played it. Yeah, I played it before. But I think I got into trouble once.
Okay.
Or else I just forgot the moves after a while.
That couldn't happen, Natasha.
I know. Unlikely as it sounds.
Yes, it couldn't happen in chess. It couldn't happen in shogi.
You were going to tell everyone about my good shogi game today.
I was indeed. So I mentioned it because we played for the Great Britain team, Great Britain 2 in the World Shogi League. That's a national teams competition, and yeah, I mean, we got promoted last year from Division C to Division B. And it's been a tough whole season, hasn't it, really? I mean, they're pretty strong players there. But we played... I
haven't won a single game.
Indeed. Yeah, we played Japan 1.
You don't really get draws in shogi.
No, you don't get draws. I think that's the important thing to mention, that in shogi you don't get draws. But we played Japan 1. And thanks to Natasha's win today against a very strong player, then we actually won the match. We won our first ever shogi match. But the funny thing was that we were having a look this morning, and I was just giving some little tips, just because I just had a quick look at what the opponent played, and I said to Natasha, "Yeah, and you just put your rook on the 3rd rank," and because Natasha normally puts it on the 4th rank, I said, "Put it on the 3rd rank." Two,
of course. This is right at the start of the game.
Yeah, move 2, and then I I'm at the game all excited. I see it, and then straight away move 2. Natasha whacks out rook on the 4th rank. So there we are. It's,
I remembered immediately afterwards.
yeah, it's but I think we got the opponent right, didn't we? I think he was very attack minded. He didn't really look too much at the defense of his own king. So Natasha basically just put all her pieces close to his king, and that was that basically. So but it was amazing. It's just really nice, really nice. I mean, we did fear, I think, that we were going to lose all of our matches this season. So now we've still got a chance of avoiding relegation, actually. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
Now we're equal last in the league.
That's right. It's yeah. I mean, we're not super strong. I mean, I'm about. Well, I mean, shogi rating is 1780, which I think is not so far off the chess equivalent, really. I think so. You know, I mean, just a reasonable player, but nothing. But nowhere near, of course, my chess strength. And you know, we're all about that level. But yeah, the opponents are normally quite a bit higher. So it's great fun. Great fun. I do love the shogi league. You know, and so but there we are. Anyway, that was Natasha bringing home the points, bringing home the match victory. Cheered on by her team. So yeah, no, lovely. That was a lovely start to the afternoon, I have to say.
This game looks pretty nice. Looks fine for white, don't you think?
Pretty good. Nice. White's got an excellent position here. You know, just lovely control. Lovely control. No, even if it wasn't the white, it looks more like a French, to be honest. And you know, lovely control of d4. Lovely pressure against here. If you've read Game Changer, we're going to see whether he's read Game Changer or not, because you'll probably play h6 then if you've read Game Changer, just burying this bishop. And then you can just. I mean,
Abbas is one of the regular players, isn't he? On sometimes in Quarantine League and various. Okay. I think we've commentated on Amir Abbas before.
Ah, fantastic. Bishop h6. That's probably quite a good move, actually. So black's under real pressure here now. Just if Queen g6, we just take on g7 and then take on e6 check, and fork the king and rook there. Bishop f7. Now I really think that something like bishop f5 and e6 is going to be extremely dangerous. So yeah, I mean, I think probably bishop here takes e6. And after rook e7, probably knight f5 here, and it's just completely gone. So you can't move there because I've got mate there. So you know, that's looking pretty good for yeah, looking pretty good for white there. Nice game, actually, I have to say. Very nice game.
I'm just checking in again on Woldsman against Poisonous Mushroom.
Oh, let's have a look.
It looks, I'd say, still a bit tricky. This kind of potential. There's going to be a potential pin down that e file, I think.
Yeah, no, this is really bad for black. I think everything's falling apart now, because we've got knight takes c6 and rook e1. We've got rook e1. We've got knight takes c6, then bishop d5 takes a8. So I'm afraid this has gone really wrong for black here. So yeah, looks like yeah, just a tricky opening, really, and it's one of the, you know, it can happen in the opening that you just start off a bit wrong, and then everything you seem to do just makes it a little bit worse somehow, you know, and I guess this is what happened here.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, she's only, it looks like only 10 years old. So
well, that's right. I mean, yeah, no, but that's right. But I mean, you've just got to basically, you know, when you're young like that, it's just experience. You've got to say, okay, I'm not going to combine these moves in the opening. You know, like for example, yeah, best not to combine, you know, all these moves, d6, knight e4, f5. Not to play like this before, yeah, before you're really developed, you know, because and that this move is a very strong move with the idea of knight d4. You know, I mean, I think once you know that theme, then you're never going to fall for it again, and you know, you're going to do fine. You know, it's yeah. I mean, a lot of it, a lot of being a junior is you know, just losing one game and then you know, just yeah, understanding it and then get her. Ooh, sorry, I'm getting distracted because Chris Duncan has just uncorked a cheapo.
Ooh.
So rook takes g5 and bishop g5. There's knight e4. Which looks a little bit like checkers, to be honest. Because if you go bishop e7, I go knight d2 check, and then knight f3. And I've picked up the whole world, basically, with one knight.
Oh, gosh.
So you're gonna have to do something else, but you've got nothing. You just got nothing else to do, really. I mean, you can go queen h2, but then I've got this move knight g5, and I'm covering h7, and then I'm just going to come with d5 and h6, and you just rock solid. You're never going to do anything. So looks like the swindling dragon has struck again.
I think Andrew McGettigan is about to win. He is de Gringolard 64.
I'm assuming you mean de Gringolade.
That's what I mean, exactly. Precisement.
Wonder if he's got French. De Gringolade. Am I seeing de Gringolade?
Against Queen Crusher 99.
Queen Crusher 99. Let me just check again. I think I've spelled it right, but oh, it's de Gringolade 64.
That's what I said.
Ah, okay. Yeah, sorry. I was so busy being snootily elitist that I didn't listen to what you said properly.
Oh. Just got that.
64. Where is he? Oh, sorry, I'm looking on my screen. I don't see him.
He has just checkmated Queen.
Okay. Let's have a look. Mr. Sunto beat Eden Hazard there. That was, an opening gone wrong, basically. All guns blazing. How is that going? Well, I think Checkmate a lot is doing a pretty good job, really. I think, well, BC is not so good because black picks up this pawn. Rook c7 is probably a good move there. B4 was also possible, maybe, but yeah, rook takes b3, rook c4, and the game continues. I think Checkmate a lot might hold this in the end. That's my feeling, but okay, you know, that's. Let's have a look. Janjo still nicely doing quite nicely against Robert Starley, but time could be an issue here because only got 52 seconds, and it's not trivial to put this one away. This knight on f4 is very solid, and White's queen still hasn't got particularly active. So yeah, I mean, to start with here, we could play rook g2, although probably we won't. But you know, with knight e2 check trick, and I have a bad feeling that there's going to be some tricks coming in this position. So yeah, I think it's going to be a tough one for Jan Moore to put away in the time. I would think, but we'll see how it goes. A good fight back from black as well, of course.
I was looking for another young player. There's Demian 7777, but I can't see the game, so it may be over. And that is Oleg Verbitsky.
Let's have a look. Oh, we've got Lawrence Webb against. Oh no, that was the default, wasn't it? Lawrence Spencer against Lawrence Webb. That was the thing. Chris Duncan still playing. Peter Finn. We've seen Singer Swati. Did we see that one?
Alekos. We did. It was the Cypriot, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think they were playing when we looked. But I think,
we didn't see that. Star Knight.
Yeah, I'll see whether we can find them, because Star Knight. Yeah, Star Knight against the Cypriot. There we are. Oh, well, there's a bit of grinding going on here from black. And it's looking like a very good position. Knight c5. I mean, your extra pawn, beautiful knight on c5, beautiful rook, king well placed, weak pawns everywhere. This should be a win, no question. So that's looking quite promising for the Cypriot. Jonathan Payne, Jan Moreski, Julio, we've seen Steve Key, Dingbat 27.
Yeah.
We saw Dingbat 27.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Poison Spot.
yeah, he's actually one that came Dingbat, so that is true. Yeah, I think we're sort of getting to. I think we're sort of getting to the end of the games. In actual fact, just a few more going here. White desperately thinking here, unfortunately. So hard luck for Dylan Duke. Played really well up till now, but yeah, tactics. Chess is all tactics.
Okay, here's another one that's still going. Mark Gary Jones.
Mark Gary Jones.
Yep.
Okay, quite interesting. Good Lord, look at that picture there. Actually, Mark Jones has got a pretty cool picture as well. So C4 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. So equal pawns, black pressing, of course. Some weak light squares, which we think this light square bishop might be quite good, but the problem is really that that bishop isn't really going to find any place to get in. And this knight on e5 is mighty. This pawn on g5 stops bishop f4. And yeah, big queenside advantage here. So this is very, very nice for black here. It's...
Yeah. Now you pointed out that knight does look really nice there on e5.
Yeah, no. I mean, I suppose white might try something like h4, try and start shaking black's position a bit. But I mean, really, black should have a big advantage here. I mean, maybe rook b8 just to target b2, rook b8, rook b6, for example. It's going to be very hard to hold this b2 pawn. So yeah, I think a lot of problems for white here. All guns blazing against checkmate a lot. Rook b1. Let's have a look. Well, h5 could be quite interesting here. Yeah, quite interesting ending actually. I mean, I would assume you go h5 here. Takes. Maybe rook g1 check, king f5. Not clear this one. Yeah, I mean, rook ending's always tricky. I mean, obviously, all guns blazing has got good chances here, but there's also drawing chances for black here. So yeah, could be quite. Will be an interesting one to see. Quite important for checkmate a lot to hold that one. Really, it's. I think a draw, is still okay, but a loss would really put you under pressure there to qualify.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look. What else have we got here? Star Knight against the Cypriot. Yeah, rook b1 played. Rook d3 now, I think, is a very nice move here. Simply targeting g3 and b3. And they're going to go rook d3 and knight e4, and the g3 pawn will go, and then f4 and h4 soon after. So yeah, no, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, black winning easily now in the Chris game.
Pal Rowan is still playing, although it looks pretty much going to finish very soon.
Who is it? Observe.
It's Pal Rowan, P-A-L, and then R-O-H-A-N. Oh, it's just finished. Black won by timeout.
Oh, okay. Very good. Oh, king h5 was played. Interesting. I don't think that was a good move. You need to go g takes h5 and try and move the black king, because now this e5 pawn is going. So I guess we're going to go rook e4, go e6. But I think we're starting now we're getting into drawn territory now. e6 will go rook takes e6, rook takes a5, we go rook b4, we go rook e4 rather, and we're going to hold the draw there. That's not going to be a problem, I don't think. Well, I'm saying that. I'm saying that. Oh, rook endings are so hard. I'm saying that. I think it's probably true. I think that's just going to be a draw. How's Jan Moore doing? Jan Moore has not done badly, but I think, is Robert Starley going to be able to hold a draw here? The problem is it's a bit hard to approach the knight because King F3 allows knight D2. Rook E6 will go knight D2. So I think that you might. Yeah, I fear that you're not going to be able to win this. I think that the black is going to escape with the knight D2 and hold the draw. But yeah, hard luck, Jan Moore, but well defended, Ferrari fan. That was just a good tussle there.
I just spotted that Sean the Prawn is playing.
Sean the Prawn! Whoa!
But I can't find the game. I think it must be just over.
Oh, Sean the Prawn. So, yeah, this is Simon Smith against Julio. Yeah, White's won a piece now and breaking open the centre. I think that's all going a bit wrong there. Cypriot, Rook D3 and King F5. That's also very good. In principle, a good idea. You've got to be a little bit careful now. King G4 will allow knight D5. So knight E4, to be honest, would still be my my move of choice. Just to take on G3. I think that destroys everything. Would have been better to go knight E4 before, but yeah, this is still very good.
I found another one that's still going.
Go for it.
Yeah, but it's a long one. Her over my weak soul, OL.
Over my...
Her over my weak soul, OL.
Weak soul...
Yeah, and then just OL at the end.
Lol. Oh, okay. I've done that right? Yes, indeed. Ah, there we are.
Checkmate. Just for the checkmate.
Thank you, Natasha. That was really worth it. All that struggle to write.
There you go. A free checkmate there.
Indeed. Let's keep on going. We'll keep on cycling through. Jan Moore. Yeah, that's going to be a draw. Just want to display your rook versus knight technique. This is going to be a white win quite soon, I think. Oh, we've got one game going here. Amir Abbas. Oh, he played exactly what we said. Bishop F5, excellent. King H8, bishop takes E6. Takes E6. Queen E8. It's a very powerful position for white here. So actually still equal. No, one pawn up for white, and yeah, just a huge position. I don't know, maybe Queen H2 or Queen H3 or something like that, and yeah, this should be very easily winning for white. So well played, white. Let's have a look. Mark Gary Jones. Yeah, Rook B8 has been played. So yeah, I mean, oh no, it wasn't en passant. Oh, he didn't take. Okay, now A5. So I suppose white is going to go C3 here. I mean, you could just take off. Well, you could take on C3, but that probably wouldn't be such a good idea. I mean, you could just go D3 check, and then afterwards, or take on B4, and after A takes B4, just go D3 check and invade, and then invade along the A file. That looks quite decent, I have to say. I mean, in principle, white should really be in trouble here. It's again just because the white pieces are the black pieces are so strong here.
Yeah, that knight's still there. It's going to be there forever.
Yeah. Now I think this one is drawn. I believe. So you should be able to to check the white king, stay behind here, and when white comes over to the king's side, you attack the pawn and then run with it. It should all be possible. So yeah, so look, Chris Duncan, yeah, winning this very easily now. Massive pawns. The Cypriot played knight e4, didn't fall for the king g4 knight e5 trick. So this is going to be completely winning, taking lots of pawns basically, which is never a bad thing. Let's have a look. Looks like black has done exactly this. And now I'd expect rook a6 or rook a8. Yeah, I think black's playing very well there. Jan Moore still going.
Yeah.
Walsman, Amir Abbas. Yeah, so black's getting a little bit of counterplay there, but it shouldn't be enough. I mean, we can. We're going to probably take on c6 and go knight d4. Okay, black's to replace this. We'll go rook e5, you know, and rook e5, rook e1, rook e3, nice and solid. And black's just not going to get any counterplay there.
You know, it's still all going with seeding. I think every single game has been decisive so far.
Incredible. Yeah. Really amazing.
I mean, because there's like 50 boards.
Yeah, you would have thought that something would...
maybe 40 that are playing. So,
yeah.
But every single one so far is decisive. We maybe have some... Do we have some draws in the ones remaining, do you think?
I don't really... Well, Jan Moore is going to draw, I think. That's clear. So unless something miraculous happens, probably checkmate a lot will draw as well. Yeah, this is going to end up in a draw. So so rook c7, rook a4. Let's have a quick look how I'm expecting it to go. If it's not the draw, I'll be slightly embarrassed. But rook c7, rook a4, a7, king g6, king c6, f5, king b7, king g5, probably a8, queen, or maybe rook c6, starting rook a6. I take f4.
Oh, how is this? This is
f3.
Is white quick enough?
No, white's not quick enough. King e3. You do a bit of shouldering. I haven't played this the best, but you know it's fine. Rook f8, king e3 or whatever. And you get an f2 and king e2. You're not going to be fast enough there.
This one's a draw then.
This one's a draw, yeah. So looks like checkmate a lot, and Jan Moore has drawn there. In actual fact.
Okay, the first draw of the day.
In actual fact, Jan Moore was he was the underdog, wasn't he? I think. Yeah.
Yes.
And
although I mean, I expect he is. I expect he's much stronger than his grade, though.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah, no, agreed. That's a little bit difficult with the juniors to always tell there.
Yeah, because this is based off. I think this is based off your actual FIDE rating, isn't it?
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm making that up. Yeah,
that could be quite different indeed. So black here playing very well, actually. Black going to bring the bishop into b6. You know, gradually tying white up here, and yeah, I mean, at some stage, white simply will not have enough moves. So I think this is going to be a black win very soon. All guns blazing. I mean, the only thing you've got to watch out for. Oh, putting the rook on b7 was a bit strange. You know, it would be better to put the rook on c7 so that the king can come to b7 directly. But okay, f5 here is.
I know it's not FIDE ratings because I was looking at Peter Finn.
Oh, actually, f6. Actually, there was a kind of a little trap here in actual fact, because if you went f5, I would go king b5.
Okay.
And then if you take on a7, then the king's very fast, so that's just drawing. And if I were to just go away with the rook, I'd have rook b6 check and rook a6.
Okay, so it might be winning actually for white.
I think f5 would have been winning. That's why Peter's gone f6 in actual fact.
Yeah.
So
that was well eagle-eyed of him.
Indeed. So, and if you go king there, we'll probably just go king g5 and f5. This looks a little bit slow, actually. I'm just isn't this slow? You're too slow now.
So is this a win?
You're way too slow, and yeah, you're just way too slow here. What's happened here? King c6, but f6 was really strange. I suppose something like Rook A1 was what you wanted to do, I think. Just get out of the way. It's just because F6, we're just coming here. I mean, King G5, Rook B8. You're just really fast now. So maybe you should go Rook A7 and F5, but you're the wrong side of the pawn. You should be. The point is, you should be on this side of the pawn. You see.
Yeah.
To shoulder away the opponent's king, and here all of a sudden after F6 you're just going. You're just wrong basically. Ooh, that's quite. What's happening here? Rook B8. Yeah, White's just gone very simply for this, and I think.
So what if push the pawn?
Oh,
the analysis board.
Oh, good lord! Sorry, I think take F4. Take. F3, Rook F8, King G4. There. Yeah, you're too slow. You're too slow. King E3. You're too slow.
Gosh.
So yeah, no, that's all gone a bit
Bit
wrong.
of a turnaround.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I don't know whether. I mean, you could. Sorry. You could go Rook A7. That might be better. But I think you're still too slow. It doesn't save anything. So yeah, no, that should have been a draw. That really should have been a draw. But I think this is losing now by a tempo.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's just because if the king was on here on E5, it would work fine because you interfere with the king coming back. But it's just that the king's on the wrong side there. So I mean, really, what you wanted to do, ideally in this position, you go F5, F4, then King F5, E4. But this move F5, this move F5 allowed this sneaky King B5. So yeah. But I think Rook A1 would have been better, and then you can just go F5 and F4 freely, and then try and cross over with your king, and that would work. Very, very interesting, actually. Oh, mate. Chris Duncan wins. The Cypriot. What happened there, actually? That was very strange. Because after knight b4, we could just go on rook takes g3. But I think maybe black got a little bit nervous there. And
so checkmate slot's got his king in front of the pawn now.
King g5, rook b8, king f4. All right, so we go. Is he going to manage? That's maybe. Oh, wait a minute. That's maybe managing. Haha. Rook 8, rook 8. King e3. We're going to give a check now.
So we'd have to go
d3 probably. We've got to stay. We've got to shoulder. That's the key point. Making 4. Yeah, but it's not going to work. I mean, I pull you back, you see, and then I come here, and then I check you, and then I get closer, and you can't. You're too slow. You're just too slow. I think. I think it's just losing. You've lost a few tempi. I mean, in all fairness, you've gone f6 and f5 instead of f5. And I think you've just lost. Yeah, you've just lost some tempi there. So yeah, no. So that's well, we'll see how it pans out. But now black looking very good here indeed. Knight on f3. Probably bishop c7 is a good move here. Just go bishop takes g3 as well. Yeah, excellent. I've got to say, black's playing a beautifully controlled positional game here. Really very, very nice indeed. Let's see, Amir Abbas. Oh, well, black's actually done quite well to survive this far, I have to say. But but unfortunately, he's still losing.
Yeah, because the knight's really good as well, isn't it? In this
Excellent knight, clear extra pawn. I mean, just f4, g4, bring the king in, and should be should be enough. Yeah, now just king c4 now, and it's just going to be enough.
He's done it.
Yeah, yeah. No, amazing game there. So yeah, king c3 now is important. Just to and after f3 we give a check, get our king close, and then that's just finished. Has Cypriot? Yeah, I think Black got a bit nervous here, and all of a sudden, it's. I mean, this pawn's running now. Oh, we could have had this with so many extra pawns and tempi. It's a real shame for Black, because he played it really well, and then I think just got nervous or thought he was mating and wasn't, and now it's all a little bit messy, really. I'm wondering, what should we do with white here? I mean, b4, e4 looks a little bit annoying, and b5 afterwards. Ooh, I don't know. Even that's not 100% clear. Fe, knight e5 takes. b4. I mean, should be good for Black, but. Yeah, I mean, it should still be good for Black, but it's just it just all got a bit complicated. Whereas it was the way Black was playing it was so beautiful. It was it was looking completely trivial, really. Yeah, that's always the problem. Oh, this is a little bit. This is not quite right. Rook check there. So we need to go back with Rook f8 here, and after King e3 we go King c3. I mean, that's what we need to do. What you don't want to do is go King d4 here. That would be really bad. Just Rook f8 and then King c3. So it's quite easy. You just need to bring the king across and cut it off. But we will see. Well, here we are. Black is oh, actually,
Black's a piece up.
Black's a piece up, but this knight is. This knight's gone.
It doesn't have squares, does it?
What happened there, actually? Knight b3. Oh, wow. Just, I got to say, White was pretty creative then. What did White do here? White went bishop c7, bishop f5. Then, yeah, I mean, probably the sensible thing would have maybe to been just to take on d4 here and go bishop g3, but they took on c4 like that. Okay. Knight f3, bishop d3, and rook d2. Maybe that wasn't. Maybe rook h2 or rook takes c3 was. Yeah, rook takes c3 simply was clear. And now all of a sudden it's got a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little bit weird now. Oh, king f7 was played. It didn't take on g3. I think you could have just taken on g3 there, to be honest. Because you're covering the long diagonal anyway. But oh, g4. Oh, c4. C4 a good move? Not 100% clear. Bishop c. Oh, king d6. Okay. Yeah.
So Black's clamping down on the Black squares, but this knight. Yeah. Oh yes, you can do.
Yeah, but now bishop d3. I'm not sure actually. Is this a win?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it most probably is, but I mean, we're going to go. We're just going to go bishop f1, bishop e2, or king b3 even. Oh no, that's not good. Knight c2. No! You have to keep the knight in the box.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure that this was. Oh, king b6 is a big mistake now. King b3. And it's okay for bishop d3 is fine, yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. And your only plan is to come around with a king to e5 and cause.
I was thinking the king was going to go the other way. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to come around with your king and cause some problems. But a well-timed b6 might just work. and distracting the bishop. So I don't know. I don't know how that goes really.
Couldn't you go king c5? Because
You
if
certainly
the king,
can.
the
You certainly
knight,
can, Natasha. Well spotted. That's. But okay. I mean,
as long as that e pawn doesn't queen in the meantime.
Yeah. In principle. Yeah. I mean, king c5. We go maybe bishop back to f1. Black goes king d4. I go b6. And then black maybe goes knight b1. Yeah, maybe black can. I think black can emerge indeed, but it should be. We should make it as stressful as possible.
Is this Zugzwang now?
Zugzwang.
Yeah, because
I just moved my bishop.
Yeah, but now the knight can.
Yeah, b1, and I go king c2. So no, I mean, you've really got to come around the other way. I mean, you're not gonna get anywhere this side. So you've really got to go king b6, c5, and or yeah, you could have gone king c5. That was working with a timing, or you'll have to come.
You're only going to hear my answer 1 minute later. But Kevin's just commented in the chat. I really need to get to rook and pawn studies. So we have to answer in the usual way. I'm just going to write in the chat, study Keith Arkell's games.
Yeah. But there's also 100 endgames you must know by De La Villa. That's the one.
I think maybe Kevin has that. Oh no, Kevin's looking at Averbach's studies.
No, that's too complicated. Too complicated. You should 100 endgames you should know by De La Villa. Learn that, understand it, and you'll be a really good endgame player. Guaranteed.
Yeah, I didn't get through the full 100.
Oh my goodness! What has White done?
Ooh. Oh gosh!
Yeah, this should never have happened. Oh, good Lord! This was trivial. So this is actually is this one a draw? Yeah, this one's a draw. So king d3, just knight g3. This is a draw, isn't it? Yeah, this is a draw. The knight's not. It's a little bit awkward on f1, but I think it's a draw. Yeah, it must be a draw. Yeah, you just go knight g3, knight f1 in eternity. My goodness, what an escape for checkmate a lot. That would be that is amazing. Well, okay, this should be winning for the Cypriot still. It's been rather a bit of a shame. It was a beautifully played game, and the rook g4 is happening so pretty soon against pretty much anything really. So I mean, Abbas has got a beautiful position, 2 pawns up, knight and bishop ending, so that's going to be winning. Yeah,
and this one here, okay. So what if black checks now? Oh, white checks on a1. Oh no, checks. Well, white's in check. So indeed. You go. This is just a draw, right?
This is just a draw, yeah. Yeah. I'm afraid so. So yeah. Amazing. Big escape for checkmate a lot there. But so that'll keep his chances alive. Oh, the knight's escaped. Boo.
Yeah. How did that happen?
Well, white went king a4 at some moment, and black played knight c2. So a little bit careless there from white. But yeah, good fight all the same. White was quite resourceful there. So I think we're going to get a draw very soon here. Had a couple of rook versus knights. We had Jan Moore, and then we had this one. Rook g4 has been played, and that is the end of the game. Black's got too many connected passed pawns. Well, one in actual fact, but that's more than enough. Mark Gary Jones, Black wins. Hard luck, Mark Jones. That was a good fight. Yeah, amazing fight back actually. But yeah, well played, Black. Amir Abbas is doing some good business, bringing the king in. That's going to be a very easy win.
You just kind of push these pawns up slowly and.
Well, not even slowly. I think just push them fast. There we are, and Black resigns. Well played, Amir Abbas. All guns blazing. We're going to see, but I don't think that this is. White's not going to get anywhere here. It's about the maximum you can achieve, really, and yeah, it's not going to work. And Star Knight,
yeah, I think it's just these 2 games remaining.
Wait a minute.
Finn and Alekos.
Indeed. Just wondering about this, actually. King b5, king c3. What's happening here? So f4, king d4, king b4, king e4.
Oh.
Yeah, this is not winning. How amazing. Yeah, that was a complete misapprehension on my part. It just looks so clearly winning, but no. I mean, king d4, king b4, king e4. No, I mean, actually, White's going to end up with an extra.
I was going to say, is Black okay to draw?
No, it's fine. It's fine. You're just going to run for the corner, but incredible. Oh, hard luck, Alexandros. Played a beautiful game for so many moves. But just, well, I mean, White kept on fighting, but I think, Black really, I think got nervous and sort of, just didn't convert what was a very nice performance up till then. But, very well fought, White, well played, and hard luck, Black. But, a draw is... It's
going to be another draw. So that's, Singer Svati against Alekos will be a draw. So we've had, we've maybe got 3 draws. We've got also Alexander Littlehales against Rufus Bear.
Fair enough.
Well I've probably said that wrong. And we saw Jan Moore against Robert Starley as a draw. And then we're expecting Richard Chang against Peter Finn to turn out to draw as well. And also Singer Svati against...
I think that has been a draw now. That's been agreed a draw. So,
yes.
The checkmate loss is drawn there. So, so no real shocks, but some draws there.
2 draws, everything else going receding. So that was round 1 of the British Championships. The main event, so it's going to be the qualifiers is 5, isn't it? So it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday I think it's a rapid play, something like that, and then Friday it starts, if I'm remembering the schedule correctly, for those who qualify. But there are, of course, lots of other events, whether you qualify or not. So definitely enter all of those. There's like age bands if you qualify for those age bands, and then there's also rating bands. So like under 2000s, under 1700, under 1400, under 1100, weekend events, whole lot of events, women's events. Lots going on. Blitz, rapid, bullets, if you like that sort of thing. So do check out the schedule, and it's not too late to enter these events. All righty.
Going to be a bit of a feast. Looking forward to it.
Yes. I think we are. I think this round's all over now. So thank you everybody for watching, and good games all those who played. If you're catching up afterwards, well done to all the players. All right.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks very much for watching.
Thank you.